Hey guys, happy Thursday. It's Amber. So we just have a little informal intro here today. I want to get this video started since it's going to probably be a little bit longer. And just remind you that my special right now actually has to do with today's video for the 8th through the 14th. If you make a $50 order with the hostess code I will be putting right here on the screen and in the description, then I will send you the kit to make these cards that we're going to make today, okay? So it will be all the paper products basically, and I'm using ribbon too. So and the ribbon that goes with it. Okay, it'll all be pre-cut, ready to go in a little plastic package for you. So without further ado, let's just get into the video and make these cards, okay? Just a second. All right, everyone. These are the class materials that you will receive from me this month with a $50 order. Things that you will need that are not included. Obviously, the stamp set, Love and Affection. Okay. You will need a black ink pad, or Stampin' Pad, a Watermelon Wonder Stampin' Pad, and a Mint Macaron Stampin' Pad. You'll need blocks. You will need SNAIL adhesive, some sort of fine tip glue. I'm using the Stampin' Up! Fine tip glue pen. You will need, where I put them, you will need Stampin' Dimensionals, and tape, and, whoop, I'm gonna knock my stuff over, and scissors, and optional a bone folder. Okay, so let me just get this class started with you and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna make some room in front of me and I will do both cards with you at a time. So this will be like I am taking the class with you. Okay, if I can do it without dropping everything I own. It's been one of those days. Okay, so I'm getting crumbs on there or something. Okay, so we're gonna start with this one first, okay? So you are going to need your tape. You're also going to need, okay, so these are the pieces for this card, all right? Like that. Some ribbon and those. Okay, so the first thing we're actually gonna do is we're gonna stamp a sentiment on this card. So we're gonna take our basic black, and our sentiment is, getting little weird things on there. Our sentiment is, you are every lovely word I could possibly think of, which is this one right here. And I think it will fit on my C block if I put it at an angle. Yes, okay. So we will use our C block for this. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp this on the bottom right. You are every lovely word I could possibly think of. Make sure it really inks up well, okay. Okay, now we are done with our basic black for this card. And I'm going to clean my stamp because I need to use this block again for this class. Okay, put that to the side. Okay, so the next thing we're going to work with is our ribbon. And you'll need your tape. And take our ribbon. And on one side, you're probably going to have to do like this with the ribbon, okay? Because we're going to tape it right underneath where the opening is, where the die cut cutout is, and run it along right there. And then, whew, I pulled it too tight. And then tape this side. Okay, so it looks like that now. I'll do that with both of them. Okay, and run that that straight across. Okay, so now it looks like this. Okay, so we have 2 of those. So now we are done with the tape. We'll need our bone folder. Okay, because we are going to fold our pieces of Watermelon Wonder. In half. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but today is day 9 of February. That's just so crazy. Okay, so now we are going to take these bad boys and we're going to put some dimensionals on the back to lift them up because of that. And each one I'm going to probably use 5 on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My tape has cat hair in it, apparently. You know, I love my cats, but their hair gets everywhere. It always seems to find things that have adhesive. I don't know how they work that out, but it just seems to work out. Okay, so there's our dimensionals. So peel the backing off of these. I'm trying to not touch the black stamp on the front. It should be dry, but I like to be safe because I'm a smear queen sometimes. Okay. Those over there. I'm gonna kind of center this on here. Okay. Both of these. I lifted it so that there's room for the ribbon underneath. By the way, that's why we didn't just attach it down with regular adhesive. Okay. Okay, now this is going to be the part that may be a little tricky for me and you. Okay, so you're going to use your flowers. Now, when you get your flowers, okay, if you run your finger across it and you can feel ridges, that's the bottom side. If you run your finger across it and it feels smooth, that's the side you're going to want on the top. So you're going to want a scratch paper, okay, and make sure you flip them bottom side up and get your thin glue out. What is that? Ugh. Tell you what, you know, we don't get a lot of bugs, but we've had rain lately and the bugs are coming out of nowhere. Okay, you can't get it out. Come on. There we go. Now, see, it has a little needle you stick in it to keep it nice. So I'm just going to run it over here just to make sure it's still coming out. Okay. So now just run where you'd like. You don't have to put a ton on. It will stick pretty well. But just make sure you get enough that it will stay on. You don't have to do all edges if you don't want to. I'm just going to kind of randomly pick places. And the fine tip glue does dry pretty fast. So once you get it on, make sure you start positioning pretty quickly. You should be able to put the glue on both flowers at the same time. Okay. Great thing about the fine tip glue is it is clear. So if you accidentally put too much on, no one will be able to tell against the white, okay? And then, can't see it. Put my tip in, maybe. The glue is still trying to come out. My gosh, you guys. Okay, let me get that extra glue off. Ah, got it in. Okay. Cheese and crackers, dudes. I'm having issues. Okay, so I'm going to take the first one I did and flip it over. And now there should be a way that it lines up in here that is perfect, okay? Like that, and just kind of drop it in and glue it down. It actually, the edges might kind of stick up, but that's okay. See that? How they kind of stick up a little bit? It's okay. It's cute. That's what I wanted it to do, okay? So see your edges. You can tell it's a die cut. Some edges stick up, some don't. It's okay. Now I'll take my other one. Make sure I line it up. It may take a second to get it to the right spot. It's okay. There we go. Okay, put it down, line it up. Glue. And just kind of press down. And there you go. Okay, so those are our first two cards. I'm going to put those to the side while we work on our next two. Okay? So the next ones we're going to work on are these two. Should have 2 pieces of mint macaron, 2 pieces of white, 2 pieces of the delightful Dijon, and then 2 more pieces of whisper white. The first thing we're gonna do, actually we need our scrap paper again. Make sure that I don't stamp on the glue side of it. Okay. It is smart if you're working with glue to have a separate scrap paper for where you're gluing. Okay. So we're gonna use these two. And I'm going to switch out my thing that we just did for this one right here. You see that? It looks like flowers, kinda. Let's put that on there. Now the color stamp pad we're going to work with on this one for now is Mint Macaron. Now we are going to just kind of stamp the top half of this card. Doesn't have to go very far down, okay? Just going to kind of randomly put these on here. Okay, and I don't know if I've told you this before, but this is called first generation stamping when you do it directly from the ink pad to the paper. Now we're going to do some second generation stamping. So you stamp the ink pad, stamp once off, and stamp the paper. Okay, ink pad, once off, stamp the paper. Ink pad, once off, stamp the paper. And continue until it looks the way you want it to. I don't know how much of that you're gonna actually see while we're doing this, but that's okay. So I'm gonna finish my mint macaron, and I'm going to clean my stamp because we're gonna use this again in a second. Okay, so we're gonna start doing some attaching in a minute, but we're gonna do one more stamping or one more stamp. Okay, and take this bad boy off. And we're going to take the one that says, let me make sure I get the right one, hold on. Which one is it? Hold on. Okay, sorry. You know, I cut everything out and I didn't write down which was for which. Okay. We're gonna take the one that says, You Make Me Ridiculously Happy. And that should fit on here. I think we have to do it at an angle on the C block. I'm going to take our two little pieces, and we are going to also stamp these with basic black. Black out of the way, clean our stamp. Okay. Now we're going to do something that I have not shown you before, but it's really cool. So the first thing we actually want to do, I don't need the scrap paper right now, is take our Macaron papers and fold them in half. Okay. And we are going to use our SNAIL adhesive and attach these guys. So you guys, our high today is 46 degrees. Everything is melting. We have flood warnings. One of the highways to the west of us is actually closed for flooding. It's kind of scary out there. We're like, are they going to cancel school? But we don't think that the Snake River is going to flood. So we think we're okay on that. Okay, so now these two pieces of paper, this is where you need your scissors, okay? You're going to just cut one strip in the center. Okay. About 2 inches long. Okay. And we will fold this down. And you'll want your bone folder to fold it down. And fold this one down too. And we are actually going to attach that with a little bit of SNAIL in the back, just to make sure that it stays down. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with this one. Hold it down. It looks like I did cut those almost exactly the same. I eyeballed that. If you're not good at eyeballing, you can use like a cutter. But sometimes I just like to use scissors because to me it's more, I don't know, more, not authentic isn't the word I'm looking for, but it feels more handmade, more real. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to turn this sideways. Okay, and we're going to attach these right here so that you can see that underneath. And we'll be using SNAIL again, and kind of like that. This should be a little offset. I did cut it smaller, so it shouldn't line up perfectly. Like that. See, it looks like you're peeling it back and you can see that underneath it, which I think is so cool. Okay. You guys, I have to tell you, I am constantly surprised at how long a roll of SNAIL adhesive lasts. I keep thinking, oh, I'm going to have to change it soon. I'm going to have to change it soon. But I haven't yet, which I think it's funny. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to take our You Make Me Ridiculously Happy and put it right here to the left, okay? Oh, good. Oh, it didn't. Ah, it's not hitting hard enough to stick. That's good. Okay. So there is card number 2. Okay. So now let's move on to card number 3. Sorry, I'm loud. Okay. Card number 3 will not need skizzas. All right. So card number 3 has a lot of pieces. Okay. So this is card number 3. Dum 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 dum. Okay. So let's just start by folding our pieces of, this is Night of Navy, if you're wondering. And actually these 3 colors come in the Affectionately Yours paper pack. You get, oh, sorry guys, you get 8 each of the 3 colors. So it's kind of nice if you like these 3 colors. It's a good little variety pack where you get, as opposed to getting 2 to 4 of each color, you get 8, so you can do a little more with it. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to do, we have a piece of Whisper White. This is actually going to go inside. So I'm just going to do my SNAIL adhesive. This is so we have something white to write on. Okay. Now watch, just because I said I can't believe how long my SNAIL adhesive is going, I'm going to run out during this card because that's just my luck. Okay, so we're going to line this up inside. So you have a writing surface. A nice clean place to write. To look down. I look down and I realize sometimes that I'm out of frame, so I'm sorry when that happens, guys. I get so focused. Okay, and while we have this, we're just going to take our 2 pieces of our Watermelon Wonder. And these are going to be word side forward, okay? Now, and make sure that the words are up and not down, okay? Because that is important. We're going to put SNAIL on the back. So this is what I would like to call a basic layered card, okay? So it's going to have layers, but it's really basic. This one you don't need dimensionals for. You don't need the special glue for it. We're just using SNAIL for this one as well, but it's going to look super layered and it's going to be really cute. Okay, so now we're going to do some stamping. So we're going to need basic black first. I'm going to stamp a couple different things with basic black. So you should have 2 square pieces of Night of Navy and 2 rectangle pieces of Night of Navy, as well as your Whisper Whites that are squares and rectangles. Okay, so we're going to start, since we're using basic black first, you can just peel that off if you want while you're working with it. We're going to take Sending a Smile Your Way. Okay, Sending a Smile Your Way. I'm just going to move this to the side since I'm going to be using this for a second. So this is going to go on the little white piece. The little white piece, Sending a Smile Your Way. Now I have cut these almost exact, so you have to really pay attention when you line up so that it will fit on the paper, okay? I didn't give it a huge margin around it. Yeah, like that. Sorry, I have to stop talking when I'm lining up. Because otherwise I can't line up. So those say Sending a Smile Your Way. Oh, I'm not going to close the black, but I'm going to grab my next piece since I have it out. Too much stuff. Okay, I'm going to use my big block so I don't have to switch out right now. And we're going to stamp the big flower on the bigger squares. And just line it up however you'd like. I just got black ink on my thumb, guys. Oh, I bet you love watching when I do that. Okay, so basic black is put away. I'm going to clean off my little one because I'm going to use the little one again. And my cleaning pad is still wet. Okay, so take this one, put it away, and I'm going to grab this big one that looks like a center of a flower. Our refrigerator kicked on. It's really loud. Okay, here's our Watermelon Wonder. Now, if you haven't noticed, pretty much all the colors I'm using are from the 2015, 2017 in colors, because that will be retiring at the end of June. So I want to make sure I get some good use out of it. Now we want to try to center this over the petals. I think that's okay. So it stays in the lines of the flower. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, do that with this one too. Okay, so now we're done stamping. And now we just need to finish assembling. So I'm just gonna move some stuff out of the way. So now we're gonna put our flowers on these. Just snail and snail and snail and snail. Yeah, you guys get my funky singing today. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm gonna turn it over to push on it so I don't smudge the black, just in case. Okay, and then we're going to take our Sending a Smile Your Way and put it on these pieces of Night of Navy. Like that. And that right there. I'm going to turn these over too to kind of push on them. Now we'll finish assembling on our card fronts. So we are going to put our flower in the top left. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, and then our saying on the bottom right. Because I have so many layers, that's part of the reason I didn't do like dimensionals, because I don't want it to be too thick to send through the mail. All right, I'm gonna turn these over and just kind of push on the adhesive just to make sure it's set without smudging. All right, so those are our last two cards. All right, so remember, the deal for the next week is if you put in a $50 order on the hostess code, which will be right here, you get this set to make these for free. I will send it to you with your thank you card. Just make sure you don't put no contact. If you put no contact, I can't send it to you because I don't know who you are. And let's see, make sure if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up if you like the projects. I think they're really cute. If you are not subscribed and you'd like to, go ahead and hit the big red subscribe button right up here or right down here. And if you would like to leave me a comment, that would be awesome as well. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great day. Bye.